Hi, I thought I'd do a quick update. It's been a while. As some of you may have noticed, I've finished the Airfix 190. Pretty pleased with the way it's come out. Managed to get the engine in there. I know it's quite a tricky engine to get in. Generally, considering the age of the kit, I think it's actually gone together quite well. Decals were actually surprisingly good. Again, you know, this is one of the earlier kits. I think it's the original sort of 70s, probably a re-release, I don't know, 80s or early 90s, I'm not sure. I think it was when they were made in France. They had made in France on the box. But these decals are really good. They went down beautifully, actually. Generally, you know, obviously the swastikas have been added as an extra. They don't come with the kit, of course. Unfortunately, I've had a bit of a nightmare with the landing gear. I've managed to break one, so I've now got to see if I can fix it so it's stable. Although I may actually retract the gear, paint the pilot and stick him in, and actually have it flying. I may even use the Airfix stand that's available. But yeah, it's actually a fun build. You know, I know it's an old kit, but I think if you take as much care as possible with the engine, I actually put the two halves together. Even got the front ring on to sort of square it all up first, which was a bit of a pig. I had a couple of clamps to hold it in because it wasn't quite right. Unfortunately, being the older plastic, it's not as flexible, so it did actually crack slightly when I had the clamps on it. But you know, a bit of filler and clean up. And I don't think you can really tell. I can't see it there anyway. But yeah, it was a surprise. I actually enjoyed it. You know, it looks pretty good. I used the new AK paints, which went down quite nicely for it. I suppose one of the slight letdowns is the canopy's not particularly clear, even though it's been dipped. Do have to watch out for these wheels, although they're supposed to be retractable, they end up getting broken. But yeah, it was a fun build. You know, I'd certainly recommend this kit if you can pick it up fairly cheaply. You know, you've got movable flaps and things like that, and it's just, you know, just a bit of work and get it together, and it's okay. Yeah, good. There we go. I'll put that to one side. Quick update on what else I've got going on. As you can probably see in here, we've got the Academy Phantom Jolly Rogers underway. That's actually almost the primer stage. I've really just got to sort out the cockpit glass, get it masked up, a few little bits and pieces to put on. I'm actually going to do this in flight, so everything's buttoned up here. I'm probably going to do it, but you probably may have seen, if anybody watches the sort of Phil, sees Phil Flory, where he uses the acrylic rods. So I'm going to probably do something like that with this particular one in flight. Thought it might be a bit different. I've got the pilots are quite nice. Well, they're okay that come with the kit, and I think they'll do the job. So I'm going to make use of them. Generally, the kit goes together excellently. It really is a good fit. Again, sorry, I don't know how well you're going to see this. The light's not brilliant here, but I'll zoom in. I've used some photo etch. Yeah, it's not fantastic. Sorry, the light's not the best in the world, and it doesn't want to focus either. There you go. That's not too bad. Yeah, so colour photo etch is the only extra I've put on this. I don't think it really needs much more. You know, everything else is pretty good. A little bit of filler around the intakes, but I think that's pretty standard. You know, compared to I've done the Hasegawa, and that needed quite a lot more filling. This has actually gone together a lot better, particularly underneath here. I seem to remember the Hasegawa needed to do quite a bit of filling here to get it to sort of, you know, to look right. Whereas here I've had to do almost none at all. It really is just this little bit around the top and a tiny bit around here. Yeah, that I'm going to crack on with fairly soon. I'll try and give you another update once we've got the canopies on and got it under primer. Looks like a nice kit though, certainly going together well so far. So that's that one. Something else I picked up the other day, which I really didn't want to start on, I was going to try not to, but I couldn't resist. And this is something completely different for me, never done something like this before. This is Alien. It's, I think, a 1/8 scale. Picked it up for 15 quid. It's a kind of PVC plastic. It's quite odd. But as you probably can't see again, it's because I've actually primed it black ready. This normally comes in a sort of brown colour. You know, it really doesn't take long to put together. I think obviously it's all going to be in the painting, which is going to be a bit of a challenge because it's something I've never ever done before. But I thought probably a good black primer is a good place to start. The tail I'm going to attach later because I thought I'll end up just breaking it off in the process of handling it and painting. So I probably had to do that separately and then stick it on at the end. I've got a base for it over here. You can't see, that's just a wooden base. It's like this actually, but slightly bigger. So I'll see if I can do some sort of this base for it. Let's say it's a bigger one I've got. This is for something else, but it should make quite a good. It looks quite good. I say it's unfortunate because of the black, the lighting's not brilliant, but it's a really nice kit. Goes together really quickly. Looks effective. Hopefully, if I can get the paint job right, it should be quite menacing. Give the kids a bit of a fright. That's that one. Other stuff. I started the Airfix Sea Harrier. This was supposed to be a light relief, quick weekend build, but like most things, it's taken considerably longer. Another reason for testing this was building this was because it's got quite deep, well, overly deep panel lines. I wanted to try out some of the new Ultimate Wash. My trusty Flory wash is actually running out. I thought, well, let's see what the competition's like. Now, I don't know whether this is the new formula. When I bought it from eModels, it was advertised as the new formula, but it's, if I'm honest, it's far too brown for my liking. I mean, again, you're probably not going to be able to see really from here. Maybe somebody can tell me if they think that's a new formula or not. I gather you can't tell from the bottle. Nothing wrong with it, don't get me wrong, it works, it does the job, but I don't really like it for aircraft. You know, if I was doing a tank, you know, armoured vehicle, where you want a slightly muddier look, I think that would be brilliant stuff, and I'd probably use it, although I don't do armoured vehicles very often. So I probably will be sticking, certainly at the moment, I'll probably get some more of the Flory wash for aircraft, because I think it's just the colour's better. And to be honest, the mixture is slightly better. I think it's slightly less, not quite sure the word, but it comes out better, it goes on the aircraft better. This tends to separate a little bit as you brush it on, which again, you know, if it's armour, muddy, I think it'd be you know, perfect for that. It'll get some use, I'm sure, so that'll be good. So that's that. Yeah, this is coming along. Again, this is going to be a flight. I'm probably going to, in fact, this base was bought for it. I'm probably going to try and have a play with trying to get some water and have this flying over water. First time I've done water, so it'll be a bit of a play, see how it goes. So this aircraft really is, you know, a bit of an experiment in many ways. You know, experiment with the wash, experiment with water, but we'll see. You know, as the kit goes, it goes together all right. You know, it needs a bit of filling here and there. The panel lines are far too deep. But you know, good decals. Decals go on nicely. You know, and I think it look okay. I have got to try and find a pilot, because of course the one that comes with it, I don't know if I've got it to hand. Some of you may be able to see straight away the problem with the pilot. He looks somewhat like a Second World War Spitfire pilot. To me, it doesn't look like a modern pilot at all. I think I've got a modern pilot somewhere in my box of bits from a previous Harrier that I did, and I didn't use the pilot. If not, I have got one of the GR1 kits floating around, which hopefully, if that's got a pilot in it, I can pinch that one. So that'd be good. That's that one. Other stuff, probably not much else to really go over. I did get a few bits and pieces recently. I managed to pick up the Vallejo RML set, bargain price of 20 quid, brand new. I know some people criticise the colours, and I have to say the RML 79 doesn't look quite right to me, although apparently if you read the blurb, the RML 79 tended to come in a number of shades. You know, it's a difficult one, isn't it, with these colours. You know, they're good paints, so I'm sure they'll get used. From Airfix, picked up a couple of kits on their bargain, 109, which is a good kit. I'll probably use a Vallejo paints on that. Excuse me, sorry, had that brewing for a while. You know, for under, I think under £6, under £7, bargain price anyway. I don't know if they've still got any, but if they have, I'd recommend getting one. Also with my Airfix Club voucher, a couple of Harriers. Hopefully, as I say, GR1 there, I can nick the pilot out of one of these for my Sea Harrier. Looks like a good kit. It is the new, I think it's the new tooling. A quick look inside. Yeah, that's definitely new tooling in there. The GR7, GR9 I've built before. It's a really good kit. You know, that was with the £20 voucher, so I can't complain with that one. Let's come back out a bit. And last of all, I think, £2 bargain. Picked this up at the local IPMS meet. I don't think it's the best kit in the world, but for £2. It looks okay. You know, again, it's got reasonably decent recessed panel lines, so yeah, that should be quite a good fun build at some point. Although I think masking all the glasswork is going to be interesting, but we shall see. That's that one. Trying to think if there's anything else to cover. I think that's pretty much it. I'll try and do a slightly more regular update next time. But I think I will cut this one a bit shorter while I'm going waffling on for too long. I say, if anybody knows how to tell whether this is the new one or the old one, that'd be interesting to know. Yeah, I think that's it. Cheers. Thanks for watching.